Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I am your host, Ayanna Smith. And I help people, make and save money. And we talk about life insurance because that's the main catalyst that I function and show people and share on how you can build your wealth and all that and get yourself covered if you pass away. But this evening, listen, if you ever want to know how to maneuver with a nonprofit, a veteran, being a mom. Just listen. This guest, I said I'm going to do a little pivot. We're going to do a little pivot and talk to some people about their money stories because everybody has a money story. Wouldn't you agree? Everything takes money. So without further ado, we'll be right back. You just hold on, just one quick second. All right, we are back with Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I, as again, say I'm your host, Ayanna Smith. And listen, we have a phenomenal guest. She is an amazing lady. I'm going to let her tell a little bit about herself, but I tell you, her resume is just amazing. It's wonderful. So, of course, if you're viewing the show notes and all that good stuff and wondering who we are having this evening, just know we have a powerhouse because she comes with so many things. I mean, she's an author and she's a mom and she has a million things that she could talk about. Okay. But she said, what am I going to talk about? I said, talk about yourself. Talk about yourself and how you have woven and beat the odds and know that you had to do it and the money didn't come from thin air. So tell your money story. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to none other than our thank you for your service veteran, Miss Tanikwa Matthews. We're going to bring her to the stage. Hello,
Good
hello, lovely.
evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Ayana, my sister friend, for allowing me to grace your wonderful platform. I'm truly excited and humbled to be a guest on your platform tonight.
Absolutely. And I am honored for you to be here as well. I said we swap seats. Now, those who watched my page and all that good stuff, I was on your show, all right,
Mhm.
as
Yes.
recently as what the day before. So we're excited. Excited. We had a great time. So I don't expect anything else other than that this evening. And whenever you watch the replay, please make sure hashtag replay because here's the thing we need to learn how to glean from each other
Mhm.
and promote one another.
Mhm.
And it doesn't take anything to do that other than to do it. All right.
Absolutely.
So, so just share a little bit about yourself, because, like I said, I'm going to be highlighting people so they can weave their money story, especially since we're coming up on a special surprise around Black Friday that we're gonna launch something really big. So, so we're gonna hear more about that as time goes on.
Yes.
But let's tell a little bit about who you are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tanikwa Matthews. I am a God-fearing woman with four of the world's most amazing, beautiful little boys, which I call my Fantastic Four. I am the CEO and founder of Women Achieving Victory Everywhere, which is my nonprofit organization for military women and families. I'm also a CEO and founder of His and Hers Jewels. I am a 27-year Army veteran. Yes, I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited to just be able to share how we've been able to overcome some obstacles and to help bridge the gap from war to wisdom.
Absolutely. And I love that because that is your LLC, War to Wisdom. And that's why I was like, talk about what you do. Because there's a lot in between there from War to Wisdom. I mean, how did you come up, first of all, with that name and for it to really stick? And
Well, as a military woman and single parent, it is really difficult for us to have a time where we can adjust from life to parenthood to military. And so we have done such amazing work of being able to provide resources to our community. So it's not just for military women and families, but that's our primary target audience. And so we also do community service. We have a youth mentorship program, but that war to bridging the gap from war to wisdom, we always want to help bridge that gap. We want to be able to make sure that the resources that we're providing are to help combat some of the stressors of life, like mental health, emotional disorders. We want to reduce the suicide rate, the divorce rate, and all those things that are steadily increasing, and be able to make sure that we're staying focused in what we're doing so we can continue to propel and get those goals and dreams that we've written down many times and have them come to life.
absolutely. And it is important because here's the thing, we are, as I say, I talk and help people do other things too, but I help people, in that life insurance arena. And it's kind of hard if you're struggling to have those things in place
Mhm.
and not feel like you're tapped out. So how do you come in and help out people so that they can get themselves in order and all that good stuff?
So some of the things that we do with our nonprofit organization, WAVE, that's the acronym for Women Achieving Victory Everywhere, we're able to provide resources such as our counseling services. So we partner with a lot of different veteran organizations and community partners to provide counseling services. Well, like I said, we have the youth mentorship program. So we connect with other nonprofit organizations. We did a backpack drive with a few of our community partners even today. So we can help with some of the stressors of the family members so they don't have to feel as if they are so overwhelmed with the basic necessities that they need. So that's what our nonprofit is, to help bring resources to the people. Oftentimes you don't know that those resources are available, and bring the resources to the people. It lets them understand and know that we are here to help service the community.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. Exactly what we do, bring all of our gifts and talents together
Mhm.
and really make them work. Now, say again what WAVE stands for again.
Women achieving victory everywhere.
Everywhere,
Everywhere.
everywhere. So if it's everywhere, it's every day. Hello.
Yes,
I love it. I didn't want to say every day. I'll
yes.
mix something up in a minute, but
Mhm.
I knew it was something great again, and I wanted to lock it in. Yes, women
Yes,
achieving victory everywhere. I love
everywhere.
that. We are on riding the wave
Hmm.
everywhere.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes.
Okay. We are riding the wave. Yes, 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 yes. So how did you get started? And what did that spin out of? Did I already ask you that? I don't think so. So let's go ahead.
No. So honestly, I was deployed in 2018 and we were stationed in Kuwait. And there, as a senior leader, we had a lot of soldiers that were looking at committing suicide. Again, the mental health, because being away from family and not having that support channel, sometimes it can weigh heavily on you, especially as a single parent. So you're thinking about what's going on at home, but you have to focus on your job. So the reasons why we started having weekly groups, and we had women that come together and we were there just talking to one another, trying to help walk through, listen, this is the reason why you need to keep going forward. We wanted to encourage, motivate, and inspire others that, listen, this is not the end. You have to keep going. Although it may seem as if things are difficult, but you have a purpose in life. So you can't give up, because you giving up is you're connected to so many other people. So being able to be that voice and to keep pushing one another forward, because there were times when I need to be motivated, and I'm sure
Yeah,
you can relate to that as well. The
absolutely.
encourager sometimes needs to be encouraged. And so
Correct.
we started having those weekly groups. We had a really large segment. And so Wave was birthed from a dream that God had given me. And that was where the name came from. And so we came home and we wanted to connect with other community partners so we can let them know that a lot of people have a misconception that military servicemen and women are rich, that we have everything going on. But what they don't understand is that we plan for things to happen. We plan to come home and take leave. We plan to be able to spend time with family. And if I was to tell you that what we received is not equivalent to the work that we do, you would
Mm,
probably be very misunderstood in believing that. But being able to help with those other resources helps us to continue to be there to serve in the community. And when I say I'm truly humble, it has been a very amazing 27 years. But Wave is to help us through some of those hardships in life, and to let us and to let other service members know that we are here. We're not going anywhere, and we're going to keep pressing forward until we reach again everywhere, not just locally, but we want to be global. That's our goal, is to be
I
global.
love it. I love
Mhm.
it. She said everywhere, not just locally,
Everywhere. Mm-mm.
because you're in the Hampton Roads, Eastern Shore,
Yes.
kind of cover all that area in Virginia. For those
Yes.
who who may not know that area, but you want to reach everywhere, because if you were overseas in war zone, you've seen some things, you've
Yes.
experienced some things, and
Hmm.
it wore on you. And I would like to make that connection where I have worked in the school systems and all that, where I've seen in some of the schools, the children's parents were deployed.
Hmm.
Both of them were deployed, so they were staying with someone who wasn't even their family member. and
Right.
and that's even, I say, more devastating, because they're not even attached to that person that they have as their guardian, and
Right.
thinking about mom, dad, and are they coming back, and just being disconnected is just a lot. So I can only imagine, I saw the children going through what
Mhm.
you all as a servicemen and women are facing, and what a blessing and what a necessity that was, that you followed what you saw, because you could have just pull. Sometimes we can just pull to the side of the road and just give up,
Right.
and but you took it as, I'm let me lock arms with somebody, but somebody else is dealing with what I'm dealing with,
Hmm.
and thusly here you are, you have a big, a big movement going.
Right. And a lot of people don't want to address those things because again, they have this misconception that we have like this tremendous tons of money. But being able to be that resource, sometimes that's all you need, is a resource. Sometimes you just need a listening ear. Sometimes you just need someone to just hear you out.
Yes.
And that's what we're here for. That's what our program is. We have a lot of different resources that's available for our family members as well, because it's not just us service members that go through, but just being able to disconnect from our families, the readjustment period back to a sense of normalcy, whatever that may look like,
Hmm.
was really traumatic for even the children, because they're used to you being gone, and then you come back, and now it's, you have to try to readjust back to being a mom, being a dad, picking up, dropping off, where while you were there, you can call on the phone, but it's not the same as physically being there. So that's where that we come in to help with those resources. And I just want to shout out really quickly, if you don't mind, that all of the donors, all of those that help us with grants and other resources, thank you tremendously. I don't want to start naming anybody because I don't want to forget anybody, but I really truly thank you for everything and how you continue to pour into our nonprofit organization.
That's awesome. And so even with that, and of course, like when money talks, but like I said, everything requires money. So how are you able to get it off the ground, and get your funding? Because I heard you say you have donors, but how did you have to get that off the ground yourself when you had that inception of your baby?
Well, again, it was really just initially just having conversation. And so once you explain to people who you are, what you've been, a mission and a vision, and once, it's just like with anything, people buy into your vision the same way they buy into McDonald's. They know they buy into all of these other franchises and organizations. You have to get people to buy into and understand exactly where you're coming from. And because of being able to let them know, listen, I am a service member. I know what the financial struggles are. I know, as a single parent, being able to balance bills and babies at the same time,
Mm.
there's people that don't understand that a lot of military people, they struggle just to be able to keep their head above water. And so just explaining to other donors and resources and other agencies and entities, they buy in because they understand that they may have a mother, father, sister, brother, or may have been a service member themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
so they understand the hardships that we have to endure, and they support in that manner, or they provide resources. And we have sponsors and donors that provide resources at either zero or very low cost.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to stop right here and say, well, how can people connect and donate? Because if you know someone that's military based, right, we do have misconceptions as a civilians sometimes
Mhm.
that everything you get everything free. You
Mhm.
you don't have any any woes, any trouble. Oh, they get to eat everything. They get to go to the commissary. And it really is a view that we don't understand.
Right, right.
You just so how could people donate to you?
So you can find us at womenachievingvictory.org, womenachievingvictory.org. And on our page, there is a donor page. We have donations for the organizations that will be for our resources. We have donations for those as we send care packages to our servicemen and women that are deployed. So we like to send them gifts of love. And then for soldiers that are transitioning from one duty station to another, we give them what's called a welcome home warrior package. And of course, when you move, a lot of people don't understand when you move from one location to another, especially if you're a parent, what happens is you have to readjust. You have to find new dentists and doctors and childcare and schools. And so they may require uniforms and supplies and things like that. And so the cost of moving alone is a hardship. So
Mhm.
being able to provide those resources to them is what a lot of people help us with, so we can provide those resources to them when they're moving forward. So
Yeah,
we're
because you talking about the money. Yeah, it does
Mhm.
take a lot to move. I
Yes.
mean, it takes a lot to move just across town 15 minutes.
Hmm.
I mean, you already know you can't carry everything in your car. You can't carry everything on your back. You can't do
Right.
that. So you need something to move you, and it's usually going to be a few $1,000s. I mean, just
Yeah.
out the gate. It's
Hmm.
a few $1,000s to make sure that your things are secured, unless you're just going to leave them on the side of the street and not
And
take care of
another thing, if I may add, because a lot of people don't understand, you have active duty military, you have reserve, and then you have National Guard. So there's several different components. So for your active duty service members, yes, they will move you. The government will move you from location to location for
it.
free unless you decide to move yourself. But as a reservist or those that serve the state as a National Guard, you're required for to provide all those expenses on your own. And a lot of the resources that people believe that we have, whether it's medical, dental, whatever, we don't receive all of those unless we're in an active duty status. So I just want to make sure that we point those things out, because I am a reservist, and as a reservist, unless I'm in an active duty status, I don't receive those same benefits that an active duty service member would receive. And so that's the reason why it's really imperative for us to understand that we are here to help all components, all branches,
Mhm.
military, women, families, and so on and so forth, to provide any additional resources that they may need, whatever it may be. So they don't have to worry about robbing Peter to pay Paul and trying to figure out how they can, go from one location to another. And now I have to restart everything all over again. So that's the reason why we're existing. And it's important for us to have donors and grants to help us with that program.
Absolutely. That is, I mean, that is ooh, very, very good. I mean,
Mhm.
because when you don't have it and you have to shift and move and eat and take care of children and reintegrate, that's really like the word that you really are going through, the reintegration. Everybody's trying to figure each other out again,
Right.
because most deployments are usually like what, 6 months,
Mhm.
for the
Well,
most part.
depending on the branch, some branches are as little as 4, and some can be up to 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, again, being away from family, you're separated from family. That's depending on where you're deployed, will determine, and whatever branch will determine those things. But it's just important. It's important. Money, like you said, money talks. Without being able to have the money to move and do what we
Mm-hmm.
need to do, then it is a hardship. But we're grateful that we're able to help provide those resources for our family members. So they don't have to feel so burdened with all those other things that goes into moving and relocating and readjusting and just being able to day by day, just getting up and dropping off children and picking them up. There's people that we provide food vouchers for. We provide, gas vouchers for, because I don't know if anybody's checked, but I think the gas is like $3.79 a gallon. And if you have to go to several different locations, like I was when my children were younger, there's several different locations you have to drop off. So just the gas alone is
Yeah.
making a decision. Are you going to eat, or are you going to put gas in the car? So we can walk if it's close, but the children still need to eat. And we do get the reduced rate of groceries at the commissary if it's one local. So there's not even,
Right.
depending on where we're located, we may not even be located near a base that has a commissary.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And and those are things that is you have perks, but sometimes they're just not right there. You
Absolutely.
you're still living in you're living in between worlds. If I could,
Hmm.
listening to what you're saying, you're living in between worlds because you have some options, but you have to be able to access them and
Yeah,
know how to navigate. And one thing, when you tell me everybody does not know how to access stuff.
correct. And that's the reason why the resources that we have helps us to be able to bring the resources to the people. So if somebody's moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, they don't have those resources, but us being able to connect them to those resources, so when they get there, it is very important, so they don't have to go scrounging for months just trying to find basic necessities, because the cost of living changes. You're looking at environmental changes, you're looking at time zone changes, and then if you're out there alone without your support system, that makes creates another huge impact as well.
Absolutely.
So the endurance of being able to still go forward and stay focused, sleepless nights and things of that nature, it really creates, we're here to help bridge that gap. That's why I call myself the victory coach, because we're going to achieve victory together. We are stronger
Yeah.
together as long as we help one another out.
So, all right, now let's talk about some other things that you do. And we're this is good. And I need everybody seriously, if you know people that are military, any branch, what we say active, reserve, National Guard. See,
Hmm.
I got all my points. Make sure that you share this because this is phenomenal. Because just knowing a look, some type of way to tap in is better than having nothing because we
Yes.
feel kind of isolated. All
Hmm.
right, so now victory coach. Let's talk about some. You're the victory coach. Yes. So,
Yes.
so I love it. That's what I said. I love this. So you're a victory coach.
Hmm.
You also are an author. Uh,
Yes.
yes, you are. Look, you are an Uber and a Lyft to,
Referee and the nurse.
to those fantastic four, those
Yes,
handsome fellows. Those,
absolutely.
yeah. So with the coaching, what else do you do? Like, with how can people work with you, and what do you focus on first of all? Because each coach has their own niche.
So mainly, we deal with a lot with post traumatic stress. And another thing, if I may point out, there's a misconception that post traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is strictly for people who have been in combat. So when most people think military, they think PTSD is combat related.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. It can be the loss of a loved one. It can be a financial burden. It can be some type of mental health issue that you're dealing with, depression, suicidal ideations, things of that nature. And
Hmm.
so, the needs, that's where the coaching sessions come in to help them go over that hump and bridge that gap from that. That's where that word of wisdom comes in. The wars that we're dealing with every single day, of just being able to get yourself up out the bed and continue to move forward despite the fact that you just want to lay there because the weight of the world is on your shoulders. So being able to help them see, listen, it's victory over here, but you got to get up and get moving. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's really pushing yourself to the point where you want to get moving and understand that you have a purpose in life, and because you are needed on this earth for a reason and a purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's like your shirt says wave. I know sometimes people say depression that hits them feels like a wave,
Yes.
feel like it's just something enveloping you and just about to take you over, and
Mhm.
so therefore you want to get in a great mind space so then you can pull it together and start thinking about your well-being, your children's well-being, or just sometimes just pulling it together. Say for me, making sure that I'm good and then I
Mhm.
can help everybody else out.
Right.
So,
Right.
so connecting with you as for coaching, would that be the same website as we have up here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, awesome.
there's links on there for the coaching. If you want, we're also looking at community partners. If you would like to partner with us, you do not have to be local to partner with us, because we have this amazing thing called technology where we can do Zoom, we can do Google Meet, we can do
Absolutely.
StreamYard. Technology has advanced so far that we can find ways to be able to connect with one another. And so I'm really excited because I know that there's a lot of people that we're really trying to reach. We're trying to reach, and it's uh, what you normally would believe and see. So, we want to be able to press the envelope. And I am a firm believer that you write the vision, you make it plain. And
Mhm.
once you read it, you write it, you see it, and then you work towards that every day. And that's how we achieve victory together. It's not just one solo person trying to do it all. It really takes a community of people to work together. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to be able to connect with one another so we can achieve victory together.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure that, like I said, you have Miss Shaniqua right here, Sharon, Wave, and the said Women Achieving Victory everywhere. Yes, everywhere. I
Everywhere.
love that. That's why I said everywhere. It helps helps me to remember that everywhere.
Everywhere.
When you do your loop, I love that. Yes, global. See, globally.
Global. We global.
Yes, you are global, and that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing. So, let's see. We have some more people chiming in. I love it. I see our listeners, our viewers. So make sure you share this out and make sure you help people to connect with this awesome nonprofit. And like I said, I want to do something a little different because money is still talking and
Hmm.
it's saying nothing if we don't have it. It's saying nothing if we don't have it.
Hmm.
It's makes a struggle come upon us. So any other way that people can, what's some parting words that you would like to share, and then of course give people other ways that they can connect with you. I know you do jewelry as well. You have all those links are in the show notes, so I have
Yes.
all that. Best way for you to
Yes.
connect. But as we're wrapping up, what's some final words that you would like to share with the audience and really helping them reset and know more about you?
So yeah, I do we're constantly moving, and I'm just grateful that God gives me the grace to keep moving forward every day, because I tell you it's I always say I'll rest when I'm dead. But I want to keep moving because I know that the purpose that he has is bigger than me. And so the parting words that I would have, if anything, is once you have created in your mind that you have a goal you want to achieve, work daily towards your goal. Do not allow any distractions or anything to prevent you from being able to do so. I'd like to tell myself every day, at least a minimum of 10 minutes a day, detox. Spend some time working on yourself. You
Mhm.
may think 10 minutes is a short amount of time, but you will be surprised. Even myself as a single parent, those 10 minutes are very important to you being able to moving forward towards your goals every single day. Don't allow yourself to give 9 to 5 to everybody else and not do anything for yourself, because if you can't put your mask on, you definitely can't help anybody else. It's important for you to focus on your own health, your own well-being, and to understand that your purpose and plan that God has already predestined for your life is imperative for you to work towards every single day.
Absolutely. That is it. And the part I glean the most, put the mask on yourself
Mhm.
first, then others. And any of us who have ever flown on an airplane, that is what they tell us.
Mhm.
So they don't say put the mask on the other people. They're like, secure yourself. They're telling you in a nice way, be selfish for a moment. Then you can help. You can't help out of empty cups. You can't
Right.
help out of an empty cup. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I am so glad you were able to stop by and grace us with your presence. The
Yes.
author, she's also an author. We're co-authors in a book, Words of Wisdom for the Heart and Soul. And we were in volume one. There are 3 volumes out now, or coming out for with the third one. But we that's how we met, and it's just been awesome seeing different things that you're doing. And I really, admired all the stuff you are putting together. You rolling with your boys, and they are rolling with their mom,
At
and
all
everybody
times.
look, and everybody looks like you're all the siblings instead of mom and son.
Yeah. They keep me young, that's for sure.
Yes, I love it. That is what is supposed to happen.
Yes.
Not and you all come together and work together, and not with your mom and everybody. It's a unit where you all are trying to do big things together. So continue on to what you're doing. And for those of who are watching and everything, like I said, please connect with her. If you know military families, single moms, reach out, because people people just don't know what they don't know. And
Right.
here is a resource. And like I said, I wanted to shift because we still need, this is still money talks, because people need help and they need to be able to get their minds together, because you can't make money if you can't get your mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get your family covered, can't do life insurance, can't do anything if you're kind of stuck in a rut. So we all need to be pulled up sometime or another. And here is an awesome resource right here in the person of Ms. Matthews. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you
And
so much for having me.
you are so very welcome. Well, this has been Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. Listen, I know we had an awesome show, so make sure that you like, comment, share, and make sure that you also reach out and connect with me via my YouTube channel, The Ayanna Smith, and also on Instagram and Facebook. We're always there. But you know what? The main thing you can really connect with me is through my website, which is www.askayana askayana.com. And so we look forward to seeing you on the next go round. And until then, be well, be safe, and be great. And listen, and remember, your money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. So let's have a great one.